Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about the 40 caliber, okay? And I really do like the 40 caliber, and unfortunately, I don't get to shoot it that much. And the reason for that is simple, okay? Basically I got almost $14 versus $8, okay? And here's the thing, you know, aside from the price difference, okay, when I run this ammunition through the chronograph and do an energy calculation, they're both getting about the same energy, all right? They're both getting about like 310, 320 foot-pounds of energy, okay? So I'm getting the same power between the 9mm and the 40 caliber. Now you might tell me, hey, but that's cheap ammo, okay? That's steel case tool ammo. But hey, I did the same thing with the Winchester white box. Okay, and with the 9mm and with the 40, again, I'm getting around 350 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, so now, if I understand, if you get more, even more expensive 40 caliber, I mean, you can really start pushing that 9mm up to 400, 422 foot-pounds of energy. In fact, by reloading 40 caliber, I've actually got it up to about 420 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, but now that's a lot of time and effort, and especially for a semi-automatic where you're shooting a lot of rounds and you're doing a lot of quick follow-up shots. I mean, the extra time of reloading doesn't really justify it. Okay, now the question becomes, why do I own 340 caliber handguns if I don't shoot them? Okay, well, here's the thing. About 5 years ago, there was an ammo shortage, and this was actually the first ammo shortage. And I remember that it was really hard to find 9mm ammo. 9mm ammo. Okay, but at the same time, you could walk into a Walmart and there was 40 caliber sitting on the shelves. Okay, and I noticed this. Basically, 40 caliber was always a little bit easier to find, primarily because a lot of people don't shoot it because it's more expensive. Okay. 45 ACP was more popular, so people, so basically I did have a little bit more difficulty finding that. It's also a little bit more expensive. And also 45 ACP is weaker than 40 caliber. Okay? If you do the energy calculations, you will find that the 40 caliber is actually stronger than the 45 ACP, despite the fact that the 45 ACP is a fatter bullet. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Okay, in fact, I think that 45 ACP is a very inefficient round because for the size of the round, okay, you're giving up capacity, you're giving up energy, and you're really not getting anything in return. Okay, you're not getting more power. So the 40 caliber is a better round over the 45. Okay, and likewise the 9mm is in most cases is equal to the 40. Okay. Even though the 40, if you're paying more money and you're getting the more expensive stuff, the 40 is capable of being more powerful. I mean, they say the 40 caliber, is basically at the low end of a 357, but I rarely see it. It's like they say like a 10mm. Another thing I noticed, like a 10mm is basically supposed to be more powerful than the 40. But what I have found is that the 10mm is, in most cases, is equal to the 40, or just a little bit more powerful than the 40 caliber. So even though in its design, in its original concept, the 10mm, that was actually the parent round, and the 40 caliber is basically 10mm short. Okay, but practically speaking, when you're if you're just buying regular off-the-shelf ammo, and you're buying 10mm and 40s, you'll find that there's not that much of an energy difference between the two. And likewise, when you're buying when you're buying 9mm, 40s, 45s, I mean, they're all pretty much in the same area. Depending on the length of your barrel, you're going to get somewhere between 300 and 350 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, when you're shooting 9mm, 40, 45. Okay, that's realistically what I have found. So for that reason, it does not make sense. I don't think it makes sense for me to spend more money on 40s or 45s when the 9mm is pretty much doing the same job. It's got about the same energy, and it's giving me more capacity. Okay, and it's right now, you know, it's easier to find. Okay, so it's pretty easy to find. So it's not like we're in a shortage where I can't get 9mm. They're easy to find. So that's what I primarily shoot. I think that everybody should have a 40 caliber, or everybody that's, you know, serious. I mean, if you're only going to have 1 or 2 guns, you know, yeah, get a 9mm and get yourself, you know, an AR that shoots .223. You know, but if you got a lot of guns, I mean, and you already got a bunch of 9mm, yes, I think you should also have a 40 caliber. You know, and the reason is because if there's ever an ammo shortage, you might have an easier time finding 40 caliber rather than 9mm. Okay, so that's one of the things that you know, that I will put out there. If you know, if I had this to do over again, I would have only bought 1 gun in 40 caliber, this Glock. And the reason is because the Glock is the cheapest. It's pretty generic. I mean, I got a Glock 17, so basically I already have a, you know, by having a Glock 40 and having a Glock that shoots 9mm, I'm really not missing out on anything. Okay, so you know, basically I can throw that in the safe and I can shoot the Glock 9mm anytime I want, and I'm kind of getting the same experience. With the you know, with this Beretta PX4 Storm, okay, you know, I think I'm missing out on something because I don't get to shoot this very often. Okay, and you know, if I had this in 9mm, I would shoot it very often. You know, so I wish I had got this in 9mm, and likewise this SIG 2022, you know, which is I have here in 40 caliber. I wish I had bought that in 9mm because again, I'd be shooting that more often. So I'm kind of missing something. I feel like I'm missing something out over there. And buying conversion barrels, basically it's almost as expensive as buying a whole new gun. So you know, when I looked into getting the conversion barrels, that didn't make any sense. Okay, so those are my thoughts on 40 caliber. I think everybody should have one. Okay, if you have a whole collection, and you should probably get a Glock just because you can kind of throw it in the back of the safe and forget about it, and you know, basically not use it unless you really want to shoot a Glock, a 40 caliber that day, or if there's an ammo shortage. But basically, you can just keep that in the back of the safe as a, you know, as the, you know, the Obama comeback gun. Okay, if there's ever an ammo shortage. But I don't think it's you know, I don't think that there's a point to having a lot of 40 calibers when the 9mm pretty much does the same thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.